Let's do this live action.
Lights, camera, action. We're back, baby. I'm back. Nate's back in the house. Feeling good on a President's Day this Monday morning. We also have Megan Nay.
What's up? She's not. She can't hear her. What about Sonny, dude? What you doing?
Sonny's 100% here. And look at you, Nate, the American, outnumbered by everyone else from all over the world. We've got two Aussies. We've got a Brit.
I didn't think about that.
Commonwealth
now I'm feeling a little uncomfortable.
It's President's Day, but not for us three. Well, I mean, Brett's
he's American.
I'm a full-blown American, man. If they asked me to go to war today, I'd strap on.
Let's go.
Megan's
still having some volume issues there, some microphone issues. Look, you're becoming a professional. You got a professional mic there now.
Yeah, she ain't messing around.
I guess she can't hear us either because she's not making any facial.
Oh, there she is. She's back. Say something.
I'm back.
Yes.
All right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. You're back. What happened? The mic wasn't working?
Yeah, I just didn't turn it on. So that's a little bit embarrassing. I'll take that.
Yeah.
How you guys doing?
Good.
Happy Monday. How good?
I know.
Good morning.
I'm eating blueberries 8 o'clock in the morning, you know?
Hey, that's super, super healthy, mate. Antioxidants. I like it.
Yes. Lots of action over the weekend, guys. Well, not even the weekend. The whole week of swimming was massive this week, eh?
It was in the little 25-yard pools you guys love over in the America. There was all that yard action. Honestly, I just find it fascinating how hyped everyone gets for yards. And I can't help but feel like it's still so underdeveloped considering records go every other minute. Like, it's not long course meters. And I know great swimmers have done yards, but God, people get so psyched for like every one of these NCAA records. And it's like, oh, someone swims a heat. It's a record. Someone swims a relay. It's a record. It's like, come on.
That, man. Let's not get carried away here. Let's have a look at the context of the people that are breaking these records. We've got some freaks swimming in the college system right now, man. Absolute freaks.
That's right. Yeah. Olympic medalists, Olympic gold medalists, world record holders.
Yeah.
We are lucky right now. We have a huge amount of people, fifth year swimmers. They're everywhere. And these are just the first conference meets, you know. Of course, it's the SEC, the ACC. Those are the big dogs. Those are the two big boys. I mean, Josh Liendo, Jordan Crooks, Kate Douglas, Gretchen Walsh. I mean, we just have Maggie McNeil. She went 45.2 in a 100-yard freestyle. Relay. Fastest ever. Faster than Simone Manuel, faster than anybody.
Yeah, and she's a world champion, long course.
And an Olympic champion, long course.
Come on. Like, you got Olympic champs swimming in college. Like, you're going to have some records go down. You know? It's just it's a crazy level of swimming right now.
You know what record didn't go down, Brett? Auburn's 200 free relay.
Hey, still there. Can't
Holding
get
on.
it.
I think
got it.
6 100ths or something.
No one can get it.
You think it's going to go down though? NC2As.
Well, you know what keeps happening? People keep getting close. It's like, oh, they almost broke it. There's the list of almost is building. There must be about 20 different teams that have almost broken this record. So I don't know. I don't think it's going down. I think it's going to stay long.
Dang.
It'll almost be broken, but it won't
we'll see. They're so close. They just need like one better relay start and it would have gone, you know, like that's it. Just less than a tenth.
I think the leadoff guy, if he'd just done what he'd done in the individual, they'd have got it, but they didn't get it. And who was that team, Brett? Matt Taggart.
Taggart was on there.
Jacob Ankjar.
Jakob Ankar, from Denmark. Jakob, Matt Taggart, and
Colton Norris. No, he was on the medleys.
Caesar was on there, and then I think it might have been Brian Lundquist. Was it? No, it wasn't. Well, not Brian Lundquist. Maybe Scott Goodrich.
Okay,
one of those guys. Yeah. So it was. I don't know. There was a bunch of guys around that period of time that could have been on it. I can't remember exactly the order, but They all went 18.5 average. That was the average. You have to go an 18.5 average. So it's
which
quick.
is what 114.0.
Yeah.
You basically got to go under. You got to go 113 for the first time ever. In a 200.
Yeah. It's quick.
Together. Yeah.
Megan, did you watch any swimming over the week?
Yeah, I watched a little bit.
Okay.
Vic's, so coming from Australia, long course speeders, I'm talking about. I did watch most of the yard stuff, so I'm still getting used to all the yards swimming and the times and everything, which is pretty cool. I like learning new stuff like that. But I watched the Vic Opens, so that was long course.
Right.
Bit of a standout, Kaylee McKeown for me. I think it just shows she can actually nearly swim everything. Obviously, butterfly is her weakest leg, but she split. What'd she go? She won the 100 breaststroke in a 106.8.
Oh, long course.
Yeah,
That's pretty damn quick.
106.8 long course, and she's not a breaststroker.
Wow.
And then 2 minutes later, literally, she had a 50 men's event, and then she won the 100 free in a 54. Which she got 54.6. So pretty solid for her. And then the 100 backstroke, obviously a big standout. She went 57.9.
I think your headphones might be cracking a little bit.
We'll go like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Is that better? Might have been.
Mm.
Anyway, so yeah, she went 57.9, which is
Sounds like it's
pretty
the
solid.
microphone.
Yeah, it might be the
might
mic.
be.
Something's cracking, yeah.
Let's go this way.
A little
Let's see.
crackly.
Is that better or not? We're still
No,
crackling?
Something's cracking in the background.
It's probably got too much gain or something. Maybe you can like turn down the.
Sometimes when I use those headphones, man, the Apple headphones, they always
Yeah.
crack on me for some reason. I don't know why.
Is it still cracking or is that
Yeah.
better?
Still cracking,
That's-
yeah.
Still cracking.
Figure it out.
Okay. Let me try.
Yeah, she'll figure it out. Nate, hit us up with something, man. While
Mute
she's
her.
figuring that out.
All right, here's the thing I want to really we talk about this all the time, and of course it's about the underwaters, but can we just appreciate the 100 freestyle here?
Great.
Here's Virginia Tech's Youssef Ramadan kicking further than everybody. Here's Maggie McNeil. Oh, kicking further than everybody. Jordan Crooks, Josh Liendo, kicking faster than everybody. These are still the primo long course swimmers of the world, though. You know, like
Getting there. Yeah, a lot of them.
you know.
Getting there.
So, are we still like not training enough underwater, especially like in America? Like, if you want a college scholarship, you got to be able to kick, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's training enough. I think you got to be really good at it too. You know, a lot of people train for the mile and aren't that great at it, but it's you got to be pretty good at it too. So I think it comes down to analyzing some technique and definitely the dedication to it. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty surprising to see these winners kicking out this far on 100. You know, obviously, you know, a guy like you know, Kyle Chalmers, one of the world's best. He's not kicking out, but in the collegiate system, it seems like the best people are, and a lot of that has probably come from Dressel, his dominance, right? Like being so good at his kickouts.
I mean, even in the she barely took any strokes.
It was,
She was like literally kicking the whole time.
It was 6 strokes out, 7 strokes back. Crooks was 7 strokes out, 8 strokes back. I also, you know, I counted Dressel's strokes. He was, I think, 8 strokes and then 11 strokes. So he was actually considerably more strokes than both Jordan and Gretchen.
That's interesting.
He comes up a little earlier. Gretchen goes the longest. Gretchen is like on the 15 button, almost start and turn. Like
Actually, a little bit of talk that she went over, wasn't there?
I watched that race a million times. She didn't go over.
Okay. All right.
No way. Like she break. I think people get confused what going over on 15 meters is as well. Like it's doesn't matter what breaks the surface, as long as a millimeter of your skin breaks the surface before 15 meters, you're okay. And her head breaks the surface at 14.7 meters. I wouldn't say it's safe, but it's not. It wasn't borderline or anything. But
I don't know how many times I can answer this question either, by the way. Any question. Go over to any question. There are literally 20,000 answers on swimming, and there are about 100 of them at least give you the best kick sets in the world. Megan's on it. Sonny's on it. Brett's on it. Any question, go over there. You can not only ask questions from the world's best, but you get answers, and they're there forever. I'm telling you, there's hundreds of these kick sets over on Any Question. Please take my advice. Get over there. Check it out. Okay, that's it. What else? Oh,
You don't have a kick set for the swimming coach?
I got hundreds of them, mate. Hundreds of them. God, they're all over there. Nate chops them up and puts them into little videos all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I
don't
still
know.
am I still crackly, guys? Am I still
You sound
bad
great.
or am I back?
Sound good
Okay,
now.
I'm back.
Got rid of that microphone?
Actually, you sound better.
Yeah. Just having a few technical difficulties. It's all right.
Sometimes you invest in all this technology and then you strip
I
it
know.
away again and go back to the basics.
Just trying out a few different things and it's just not okay.
Oh, trust me, we've been there. We've been there millions of times. Yeah. Sonny, but I see the swim caps in the background. How's the caps and the shirts and the merch selling, mate? Doing okay?
I'm really happy with how many shirts I've already sold. I've sold some internationally. I've sold a fair few to the UK. I think I've got 100 of these made. They're really cool. Let me show the back of these shirts quickly.
Yeah, they were cool actually.
They're my girlfriend done this design, but
nice. Yeah,
it's obviously me. It's obviously me.
Yeah, that's you. Yeah,
wearing a Mizuno.
Yeah,
Mizuno
fake background.
suit.
Yeah, fake background, but everything else looks real.
Yeah, I've been going to the gym recently, as you know, and then we've got a few pools. You know, can we name all the pools in the picture?
The water cube. There's the water cube.
Yeah, so 08 Beijing
London.
Water Cube. London's in front of it, and then
Yep.
this one's the one you probably won't know, but it's I mean, Megan, you may know this as you've spent some time in Dubai.
Oh, that's too
Yeah, a little bit.
That's Hamdan in Dubai. So that's like the main sports
that's what
complex,
it's called.
main 50-meter
Yeah.
pool in Dubai. So yeah, these are my t-shirts. You can buy them on my website. They got my little logo on the front. I'm really happy with how they turned out.
Yeah,
Nate's going to be repping one real soon.
That's right.
Oh, yeah,
There we go. Paul Bowie. Paul Bowie knows what the pools are.
Poor boy.
Yeah.
Poor boy.
I have caps as well. Caps are here. Blue and white. And
Yeah, I like the white one. White one's cool, mate.
the white one.
Makes it look more tanned.
What about Dad coming in and giving you a little bit of shit there? What's that all about?
What's Dad saying? You with Brett's body. God. That's not even a stretch, is it? Let's be honest.
Savage, Dad.
I wish I was as jacked as Brett. That's my forever inspiration. Yeah.
I wish I was too. All right, let's get back to the swimming. So, where do we start? Let's go through this thing.
We're talking about Kaylee McKeown before we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she went 57.
Oof.
Yeah, 57.9
we're
in
back
the
to technical
100 back.
difficulties again. What
Telling
happened?
you again.
You had
Jesus
perfect audio and now you've lost perfect audio.
I think it's Kaylee
What?
McKeown. She must be the.
Maybe every time I talk about her, it's not okay.
She's the
Still
devil.
crackly.
Yeah, she's the devil. Get rid
All
of
right,
her.
I'm gonna say goodbye and sign in on another tablet. So
Yeah, pull your
I'll,
headphones off completely. Those are awesome.
yeah, all right, I'll check back in.
See that? That's what we do. All right, let's go to the team races. Anything interesting in the team races over the weekend? Any surprises?
Well, Cal and Stanford, the men's team, did have their final dual meet. I don't know if you saw that. Kind of got lost, because of all the conference championships. But Cal swam fast, boy. And
Now,
they
did
smashed them.
they both suit up, or one team suited up and the other didn't? Who suited up?
Apparently it was like you could suit up if you wanted to suit up, or I don't know if the coaches said, hey, you're suiting up, you're not. But I think there was a mixture of suits and no suits.
Oh, even between the teams.
That's what I've gathered. Some people obviously suited up, such as Bjorn Seelinger going 40.6 on a relay.
Oh wow.
Yeah, pretty good for a dual meet.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think people were getting a bit carried away thinking Florida might, threaten for this title. Florida were amazing at SECs, and they're really, really deep. They've seemingly got someone in every event now. They've got some great superstars with the likes of Liendo, but also they've got the guys coming third, fourth, fifth. And people are like, will they challenge Texas and Cal? And then you look at what Cal were doing in that dual meet, and I just don't see it personally yet. But I think they're almost a lock for third place at this point.
Yeah, that men's race will be interesting. But the Florida women came out and actually won the meet too, which was surprising because they hadn't won that in like something like 14 years. So they actually came out and won that thing. So that was a big deal, I guess, for them. I immediately text Kristen Merzlach, who was on our podcast here a few weeks before, and told her she needs to ask for a raise. So got to do that after a big win. But yeah, Florida women surprisingly in there. And then I think my boy out of Virginia Tech, they ended up finishing second. Sergio finished second in their team race. Behind NC State, was it?
Yep, behind NC State, yeah.
And Youssef Ramadan is just killing it. I mean, he swam so fast in all of his events.
Who's the kid?
43.9 in the 100 fly, top
faster than both Crooks and Liendo. Everyone's hyping up them boys. And Youssef was quickest in the 100 fly this year. Well, this season
so far. Yeah.
So
who's the kid that came out and talked about almost committing suicide and then winning the 50 free? Who was that?
I don't want to pronounce it. Abdullah Rahman. Another Egyptian swimmer.
Where's he from?
Is he Alabama?
No, Louisville.
Louisville. Sorry, Louisville. Yeah. He 18.6 in the 50. He weren't as sharp in the other events, the hundreds, but 18.6 is not messing around. And he was 19.2 in the heat. I mean, that wouldn't have even made the final at SEC. So that's kind of crazy.
Wow.
But dropped 0.6 in a 50 freestyle heat to final to take the win. And what a comeback story, eh?
Extremely emotional. I mean, it was, goosebumps the whole time. Yeah. If you don't know, he tried to attempt suicide last year, like a week. So I think somewhere between SECs and NCAAs. He wasn't he didn't make the NCAA team, and everyone was like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And I mean, he put it out on Instagram. Like he just tried to end his life, and 11 months later, here he is, winning a 50 freestyle title, and he just not being able to believe it. I actually think I can.
Hey, when we go to questions, I want to come back to this one. So, can you highlight this one for us, Nate? I want to come back to it in a minute.
Yeah.
There's lots of good questions, guys. If you ask questions now, we'll come back to them later. So ask questions the whole time we recap stuff.
Let's start some of these
at the end.
Let's start some of these questions. Megan, let's give you another chance to try and talk about Kaylee McKeown.
Do you reckon this will be third time lucky?
Yeah, you're perfect.
I'll get that?
No crackling. Good.
Third time's the charm.
I'm not even going to say her name, but we know who we're talking about, right? Because I don't want to jinx her. No, she swims super well. I think the move to Bowley, I think she's swimming, it was a bit of a transition time with her. But I think now she's, she won the 100 free, she won the 100 breaststroke, and she won the 100 back and 200 free. But the highlight for me at Vic States was 57.9 in the 100 back. So she, that's quick. That's really quick for Feb. We've got, our trials coming up in April. So to be swimming, under 58.0 long course, this close, this early, I think it's really good to see. And I think her swimming the 100 breaststroke in a 106 and then 100 free, she won the 200 free, wasn't special, 158, still really solid. But I really want to see, we know she's Olympic champion in backstroke, but I'd love to see her concentrate on that 200 IM, 2 and 400 IM. I think she's just got something special, and I don't think she's kind of really, shown us what she's truly got in those 2 and 400 IM. So, and I think Isaac Cooper swam as well, 100 backstroker, 50, 100 backstroker from Australia. He went 24 high, I think, in the 50 back. 100 back was a bit slower. I think he got fourth. But that was, good to see him back as well.
Hey, why do you think part of Bowley's squad would go down to Vic States and swim, and the other part wouldn't? Why do they split like that?
So Kaylee McKeown, her boyfriend Brendan Smith, also raced there. I'm pretty sure he's from Melbourne, maybe.
Okay.
So I think he wanted to swim it, and I think it was more if you want to swim it, if you want some more race practice.
Yeah.
You know, depending where you are in training, I think go for it. I kind of think you're silly not to. I think in Australia you can't get enough experience.
Yeah.
You can't get enough racing, so I say go for it. So yeah, that was interesting to see. You know, Summer Bowley's squad go down there, but she didn't go down. So Kaylee was there by, you know, no coach. So to swim those times, I think it was really special. It was pretty quick.
Yeah.
106.
Yeah.
For
She's
like
not even a breaststroker
yeah,
either.
for your worst stroke is pretty good.
Yeah. She her sister is, I think, one that was like her sister used to be a 200 meter. Yeah, Taylor used to be a 200 meter swimmer, and she's nearly, I think she's like 0.1 or 0.2 off her 100 breaststroke PB as well. So
I'm sure she's ticked off.
Yeah, I think not being a breaststroker, I think I'd like her to see her get it.
Yeah. And listen, it's coming off the back of one of the best things that I think the Aussies do. I think this is where they create separation almost with the rest of the world, is that they came together as a massive group. I forget what they call it in terms of like the technical term of the, you know, coming together.
National event camp.
National event camp, yeah. And so what they do is they select the top athletes and coaches, and they all go off to camp together. And I think it was like a week or two where they're basically all training, you know, relatively together, at least in the same pool, probably doing different workouts at the same time and things like that, but coming together and doing team building and things like that. I think it's one of the most phenomenal things the Aussies do. And how are we not catching on the rest of the world that the Aussies are creating separation with this, guys? Like they're investing their time, their energy, and bringing the coaches together. The coaches are just as much as the athletes sitting around. You know, I just watched I watched that new Top Gun movie on the weekend. You guys watched that one that came out a few months ago. Yeah. And you know, they bring Tom Cruise back, and then all of a sudden they're on the beach and they're playing beach volleyball. And the guy comes down. He's like, "What are you doing, wasting our time?" He's like, "Look over there and check out what they're doing." You know, and all the teams coming together and playing beach volleyball. And that's exactly what the Aussies are doing. And that's how you create separation. And the Americans know this. They put this into their movies, you know, but they're not doing it. You know, USA Swimming's not doing anything like that where they're coming together collectively. But you can really tell that it's so powerful. And were you part of anything like that?
Yeah, we did a few. So it's changed a little bit. We used to do national event camps based on your disciplines. So if you were a backstroke or a butterfly or strokes, you'd go and the top, you know, 10 or, you know, 20 swimmers of that backstroke, butterfly, whatever stroke you're in would go and do a camp together. And it was actually super competitive. And I always used to, sometimes I was excited and sometimes I would dread it but at the end of the day, everyone gets competitive and it actually draws out the best of you because you're racing and someone, you know, next to you might be, you know, top 2 in the world or Olympic champion, and you don't get to, you know, race with them every day, but then here you are in a camp and you get to swim right next to them and see what sets they're doing. So now I think they did a little bit more. They concentrate on relays this camp. So they split them up based, I think, on distances. So the sprint boys are together with boys and girls, and then middle distance. And I think they had distance. So, but they do a really good job of all the coaches coming together as well. So they're trying to learn off each other, which I think is really good. There's no ego. There's no, you know, I'm the best. I've got the best swimmer. They come together and they want to learn. And it's the same as the athletes, right? So they come together. The younger ones might be a little bit intimidated, but I think learning off, you know, Kyle Chalmers or Emma McKeown, if you're a young girl coming through and it's your first camp, like how cool that you get to race against, you know, Olympic champions, world record holders. So for the younger guys, really good. And for the older guys, it's, you know, it's a bit of a, I think I saw something about Kate Campbell saying she got beaten by 16-year-olds at this camp. And it was good to see Bronte and Kate Campbell back in the mix as well. So they are back swimming. So, you know, for the older ones, it's a bit of a reality check, and sometimes it hurts the confidence just a little bit, but also makes you hungry, makes you motivated. And I think the biggest thing about those camps is you learn a lot. You might learn a new technique off your relay changeovers. You might learn recovery techniques. You might learn off a different coach. It's always good to learn. So I think with that, and you could see the team kind of ambience come together with everyone. It was watching their Instagrams and stuff. I saw a lot of them, taking some selfies and kind of give you a little insight of how they hang out and what they do. So yeah, they do it well, but I like to see that, no one's too cool or no one's better than anyone. They just come together and they just pretty much train hard for a full week and go head to head with everyone, which is good. Really good.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's great for the coaches, like you said. It was nice to see Kyle Chalmers and Cody Simpson rooming together too. That was good. I made that up, actually. I don't think they did.
Mate, don't you go starting rumors again.
Yeah, exactly. No, someone made that joke last live show or 2 live shows again.
Yeah.
Ago. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, very cool. Oh, well, it'd be good to see the Aussies. Look, again, the Aussies have an advantage right now that they're focused on long course. They're racing long course. They're training it. They're and this is why I think their trials are always really fast. So they have the advantage of a really, really fast trials, but then, they have to wait a little while to kind of back it up and then go again. And then by the time they race the big meet, it's winter time. So that's where the disadvantage comes in. So right now the Aussies have the upper hand long course, but
didn't they change that though? Aren't they trying to copy what America's doing now?
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit.
Can't change the weather though.
Yeah, I think there's an advantage and disadvantage for kind of everything. Like, the Americans saying that, like, they're getting so much experience. If you're in college right now, you get so much experience racing nearly every weekend. You get your turns, you get your starts, you get to work on all those skills. So I think it's a bit of both. But, yeah, we tried to copy the Americans, I think, and push our trials a little bit closer to a big meet.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
I think everyone copies everyone. They just don't say it out loud.
Yeah. All right, let's go to some questions. I want to get Sonny going and get these questions going here. So let's start pumping them out. Let's get
Where'd that question go? Here you go. Is this one?
Yeah. Do you think Crooks will unleash? I know Sonny's had some comments on this, and I think I would tend to agree somewhat. Look, I think he's getting his start down, and it's imperative to have a killer start. You see Ben Proud, one of the best swimmers in the world, most dominant 50 freestyler from last year. You see Caleb Dressel in the past. You see where Bruno Fratis has struggled. His best swims have come where he's kind of swum over the top of some people because he's had a poor start. So you can't take away from a great start, and I think that's what Crooks is getting. He's understanding that. But then the difference here is that instead of taking 7 strokes and being able to flip and then get back on that underwater again, now you've got to maintain. And this is where the long course is a completely different beast. Once you get into a rhythm of power and efficiency, it is difficult. And so they say that the winner of the 50 freestyle tends to be the person that slows down the least. And we've even seen this with Caleb, where generally he's jumped out to a pretty good start and people reel him in a little bit. So do I think he'll go 20.8? No, I don't. He's just not at that level yet. He just really isn't. He hasn't done it enough to all of a sudden say, yeah, he's going to be a 20.8 swimmer. What we need to see from someone like him would be, a 21.2, 21.3, and then you can start having conversations like that. But he's not even at that level yet. So, I think it's gonna be something like, I think he should aim for getting into that range. Where Ben Proud is right now, that 21.2 range, that would be the aim this summer. And then you could say, well, possibly next summer at the Olympics, we could start talking about something like that. But they're just 2 different animals, and you got to tame that beast, that long course beast. Sonny, what's your opinion here?
Well, I mean, he's not even been 21 yet, so that's the first thing, and I agree on that point, Brett. Like, he's as close to going 20.8 as freaking I am to going 21.8, So when you think of it like that, it's miles away. But also the difference between swimming 7 strokes from a breakout to swimming what is probably going to be 30 to 40 strokes, in a 50-meter pool, they're completely different things, as you've said. And his DPS and his stroke efficiency looks really good, and he seems to hold water very well. He's got really big, long arms. And I like his stroke, but he's got to get it done. The other thing as well that I think him and Maggie McNeil have in common is they're really good off the turn underwater, but not quite as good off the dive, you know. And look, his underwaters are so good that his start looks great. But actually, if you look at his dive and the mechanics of his dive versus Ben or Caleb, he's nowhere near as good. It's just he almost catches up. Like Ben still beat him to 15 at World Short Course. And then he kills Ben out the turn. So fly kicks, miles better. And I think what he does is he's still really young. And I think he still starts initiating them kicks way too early and doesn't just hold that body line that, you know, these more experienced guys like Caleb and Ben do a fantastic job at. But he's got a long way to go. I don't know if you saw his like progression in yards since high school, but you know, we're going to see something similar in long course meters over the coming years. Whether it's down to 20.8 or not, I mean, we don't know, do we?
Yeah. Let's watch this 53 real quick.
Listen, man, this Caleb Dressel record, this 53 record, you're creeping up on that. Is 17 a reality for you think?
I think it's doable one day. It's going to take a lot of work and time, but it's definitely a goal of mine.
Yeah, see, even from there, like he's pushing a lot of water. His shoulder, especially on that right side, is still underwater. He doesn't get over the top of the water like Fred Bousquet. Like Fred Bousquet would come up and over. Like you could see Fred's whole entire armpit. And this is where I say keep your armpits dry. And what he's doing, he's in a negative position, almost like what James Gibson talks about, where he's flat and he's pushing water. He's extremely powerful. You could see the power that he was generating and the strength that he has and this thunderous kick. He's got a lot of things going for him, but if you don't get up and over that water, all you're doing is pushing water down the pool. And by the time you get to the 35, you just start slapping and it gets really ugly and messy. And this is where a Bruno Fratis, who is so technically proficient and could get those strokes up and over the water, and he's powering and he's going to swim straight past you at that point. So it's a different animal. If you're pushing water in the long course freestyle, you're not going to go anywhere. And that's where Jordan is right there. And people will say, oh, he looks amazing right there. I don't think so. I don't think he looks that great there. I think his underwater's a freaky, phenomenal, no doubt. When he gets up and starts pushing water with his shoulders, yeah, he's got a long way to go, you know?
And I think you can really see the difference between like him and Josh Leando. Josh Leando is way more of a long course swimmer. You know, like he's gone 50 point in the 100 fly. He's gone 47 in the 100 freestyle. He goes out fast, like he told us in the podcast, and he's going to try to beat you on the way back too. And when you watch their 100 freestyle, Crooks still beat him, you know, but he beat him on the walls and he beat him underwater. He didn't beat him swimming. You know, once you go to a long course pool, I think Josh Leando is going to kick him and, you know, just kick his tail. That being said, man, that when he went 18, when Crooks went 18-9, let me see if I can find this thing. It was when he jumps off the blocks.
The fly one?
Yeah.
Yeah, fly one was.
It is crazy. He's like so powerful off the blocks. He almost like.
Yeah, but even there, like it's powerful. Like he's a super powerful kid, but he's not technically proficient. He's sloppy, and that's not a great long course 50 fly technique. Even there, Ben Proud would smoke him. You know, the top 50 flyers in the world would kill him in that instance. Now, off that relay dive, he hits that line that Sonny's talking about. He hits that perfect line. He doesn't seem to hit that same line off the start. And again, this is kind of a similar issue that I would have with Bruno. Bruno would have a beautiful relay exchange and hit a great line and could swim super fast on a relay, but then you'd get him flat start and it would flatten out. And so I think this is what Jordan's doing is he hits flat and he bottoms out at the bottom, you know, and then he's trying to dig his way out of it. And he's got great underwaters, but he flatlines type thing. So yeah, he's got some things to work on. He's a young kid, and it's great that he's swimming fast and powerful, but that power, that just raw power, doesn't translate into stroke efficiency, you know, long course.
It'll definitely, it's going to be a major storyline, you know, and we're getting close, right? 2024 is next year. So this is the world champion short course. Now he's doing things in the NCAA that I've never seen before. His transition to becoming a long course swimmer is obviously what everyone wants to talk about. So we'll see what happens. Matt Kredich in Tennessee and Josh Hugger, they're gonna get him ready.
Yeah, you guys are over in Europe, over that way. Have you heard anything about Ben Tidley? I haven't heard anything.
I've not heard anything.
We'll give him a text. Ben, we forgot to update.
No, I think he changed his number. I can't get a hold of him anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I had his Canadian number and I lost contact with him. So let me try and track him down this week.
You can track him down.
I can sniff him out. Yeah,
you'll get him.
Sorry, I, before finishing on Jordan Crooks, I've got a really good angle of his 50 freestyle short course meters that I just wanted to bring up. But on the way back, you can see like that's the position I think Brett's talking about, where his shoulders not facing forwards or positive, but then he does get it right after that. He does get the armpit out quite nicely.
I think it's worse on his right side though. Try his right side.
I mean, obviously we don't have as good.
Have a look. Yeah, see there. See how it's really flat there? You can't, like, his armpit's not even coming out of the water. He's just pushing water on his right side.
But I thought this was quite a good shot to actually
That is
see.
it's a really good shot.
Yeah, he doesn't get over on his right side enough. His left side comes up and over and he gets good height on it, but he's not balanced. And if you're not balanced long course like there, see, he seems to be getting over it. That's him, right there.
Yeah, and that's a breakout too.
That's a
So
breakout, though.
He gets up and over that, but then he's very flat on the right side. I think that's his Achilles heel. And look how short. It seems like his hand hits shorter on the right.
It does.
He got a lot of work to do on that right side, I believe, before he balances out. And this is where we did hours and hours of work with a guy like Fred Bousquet on this stuff.
This is what I mean about the start as well. Like, it's just like he's nowhere near as dominant on the start as he is the turn either.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I just wanted to show that.
No, it's good. It's really good.
I think it visualized it quite nicely.
Yeah. Okay. What other questions we got in here? You want to throw some questions up?
Oh, sorry, I clicked something.
I done one at the same time, but anybody have any insight into how Dresser went from 52-200 fly in 2016 to 49.8 in 2017? And do you think Liendo training at Florida can have a similar trajectory? Just to clarify, Josh Liendo already goes 50.8 long course. He's Commonwealth champion. He's world medalist or world finalist, one of the two. So if he has a similar trajectory, he goes 47. So no, he's not going to have a similar trajectory. Bottom line, he's not dropping 2.4 seconds off 50.8. He's not going 48.4 or 48.6. He's just not.
No, but can he go 49? Yes, he can. He's got that talent. He's in the right place. He seems to be around the right people. He's having success at Florida already, and he can swim long course. So, and he look, Florida tends to be a long course program too. They do really well in that respect. So, absolutely, he can get down to the 49 club, and yeah, I would predict that he would certainly do that this summer if he stays focused.
I thought this was a good one for Megan. Hey, I just finished state and got my first sectional cut in the 200 back. Any tips on how to improve? Yeah. I don't know anything about backstroke, so, you know.
Yeah, any question. She's been answering questions and any question. How many times do I got to tell you? Any questions?
I know. I'll give you a couple of really quick ones, but any question, that would be a great question. And I love answering those questions. I think at 200 back, it depends on a couple of things. If you've got speed, you've obviously got to use it. Don't be scared. So if you've got 100-meter speed, try and take it out a little bit faster. But if you don't have that speed, I didn't have as much front end speed. So I had to work the back end, like the third 50 and the fourth 50. For me, that was my strength. So depends what way you kind of swim it. But my main thing would be, don't be scared of a 200 backstroke. It's going to hurt either way. Absolutely either way. And remember, you got 3 turns. So work your turns and commit in training how many kicks you're going to do off each wall. So if you don't do it in training, you're not going to do it in a race. So for me, I would say, work to your strengths. 200 back, and I would always say work on that third 50, building into the third 50. So second 50, 15 meters to go, building into the third 50 is probably a key little area. A couple of people go to sleep in that one. So that would be my couple of different tips on how to improve. I think
is there a way where you can Is there a way where you can get out faster, get up on your tempo a little bit, but still save your legs?
Yeah, I think the first 50, don't overuse your legs for 200 back because it's very leg dominated. So you can be able to feel the water and hold on to your stroke rate and not spin. But your legs are kind of just, fluttering behind you. They're not working as hard as they would in 100. That would be probably my only piece of advice. Don't overuse in the first 50. It depends as well. Like for me, I was stronger in my arms and my legs. So my pull and my feel on the water was amazing. So I would say work to your strengths. If you've got good legs, work on that, but don't overuse them in the first 50. There's a couple, like a 200 is such a hard race. You're either sprinting it and going out fast, or you're holding on that second 50 and you work the second 100. So I think there was something on Thorpe said everyone is swimming the 200 freestyle wrong. That was a pretty cool debate that I liked. Pretty much said every single person swam the 200-meter freestyle wrong. Where
did he say that? Does anyone have any idea where he said that?
It was on a podcast. Which podcast was it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
One of those swimming podcasts.
That British fellas or something.
We got to get him back on. We need him talking again. Let's get him back on.
It was a bold statement, and I was like, that's a pretty cool statement from, one of the best ever.
Yeah.
And he had some pretty good reasons behind it, I think, as well. So saying, a lot of people just sit back. A lot of people sit back and they're a bit scared to go out. Everyone just kind of looks at each other and waits for the last 50 to be a hero. So there might be a point to that.
Nate, let's clip that and put that as the greatest clip of all time.
I think it is like probably the most viewed clip we have, I think. Still.
Yeah, I think it is.
I mean, it's been 3 years almost.
I mean, let's just clip it to like a sentence, so that we can just replay it anytime. It's like,
I'll get on it. All right, Sonny, Bucks this weekekend.
The Bucks.
Explain to the Americans what the heck a Bucks is.
Bucks is the British University Championships or something like that. Basically, it's NCAA's, but long course and nowhere near as competitive. And I mean, the biggest difference is that anyone can go to it. So if you go to a really low-level university in the UK that has like a 2 times a week swimming program, and you're their fastest 50 freestyler at 35 seconds, you're in. You're
That's
in.
Cool.
So, but then if you're actually pretty good and you go to like a Loughborough, getting on their team is as hard as going to NCAA's. Their team is international medalist athletes. So, but heat 1 to 10, is very low level. And then by the time you get to the seeded heats, you get some competitive swimmers, but making a final is still way easier than qualifying to NCAA's. Give or take, some events might be more deep, but still winning a medal, and the top times are generally pretty fast. But then also the guys that win, you look at Loughborough, they've got the Hanson sisters, they've got a few other big players like that. They're not going to be rested for this anyway because it's February. So
Wilson's going to be there.
The Hansons are going to be there. I mean, one of them will be. Sophie can. Louise can't. I think Louise is finished, but Sophie is eligible because she's now doing a master's. Would be my call. But it's really relaxed compared to NCAA. So even in previous years, you can have like exhibitions, but they might even let Louise swim because she represents Loughborough. Like that's kind of how it goes. Like people that are not at uni just rock up and compete, and I'm like, they're allowed. So it's like, I don't know, maybe they don't score points, but it's a 3-horse race between Loughborough, Bath, and Stirling. And even then, I can tell you now, Loughborough are going to win.
Right.
Loughborough. Okay.
But maybe we'll see some fast times, right?
There will be a couple of fast times, but I don't think there'll be anything like what Kaylee done in Australia this weekend. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, there might be 100 breaststroke quicker than 106.8 with the likes of Tatiana Balonogov and Sophie, but that's because they're breaststrokers, not backstrokers.
Yeah. Kira Toussaint joined him in Spain. I thought Kira Toussaint was at Tennessee, but did she go to Ben Tidley?
I know she left Tennessee again. She went back to Tennessee. She weren't super happy with the Dutch program, went back to Tennessee, and obviously has joined Ben in Spain to be back in Europe, which makes sense.
Oh, okay. We need to get some word on this. We need to get word on this. That's interesting. Look, the simple answer here is no. Do you think Crooks is the guy who break his world record at some point of his career? Again, there's just like there's light years between where he is and where the world record is. There's if you had asked me, is Ben Proud the guy? I'd say, yeah, Ben Proud's the guy. You're overlooking a bunch of really good top end talent to say Crooks is the guy to break it. I'm going to say Ben Proud on this occasion, but Crooks has potential to swim really fast long course. We just haven't seen it yet, and there's a lot of work to do. So let's not jump straight to the world record just yet. He's got a lot of work to do to get to the summit. He's at base camp right now. So let's not get there.
All right, women's NCAA. So you got Kate Douglas or Maggie McNeil?
In what? I mean, Kate Douglas can swim everything, can't she?
I don't know if they're going to be matched up in that or not. Did you see Maggie McNeil's 100 fly? 6 strokes, 6 strokes, 6 strokes, 6 strokes.
Wow.
48.9.
Does she breathe every stroke or every other? What's her breathing pattern there?
Good question.
I'm pretty sure she's an every stroker. I'm pretty sure.
So she's hitting full kickouts, and then she's breathing every stroke. But she's so flat and powerful, like she's right in front there. So like it doesn't even get her out of a rhythm or anything, does it? Just she's getting the air that she needs, and then hitting the underwater kicks that she needs.
It will be interesting to see what they choose. I mean, Alex Walsh was doing some off events this week too.
Alex Walsh again, another one. Like everything.
Almost no one. She was barely talked about it all this week.
She won the 200 breaststroke. Like she went 203.
Yep.
I mean, how do you have 2 swimmers on your team just randomly that can swim every event as fast? Like put them in a different event and they break a record. This is what I'm talking about, Sonny. You have 2 Olympic medalists basically who are on your college team and they can do everything.
And then her little sister's the same way. I mean, she's the fastest 50 freestyler ever in the history of short course yards now. She can do 100 back, 100 fly. She can.
I love watching Gretchen speak, but you can't put her in the same category as Alex. Alex is an Olympic bronze medalist, and they're different levels still. Gretchen hasn't even made a senior American team.
Didn't Gretchen just go 20.8 in the 50 free?
Yeah, fastest ever short course yard. Yeah,
she's not in the same category as an all-round swimmer as her sister right now.
Oh, you saying her sister's better than her? Are you trying to create some sort of a rift between the sisters?
They don't even barely compete. I mean, her sister can still go 46.5 in the 100 freestyle, and she's a 200 IM swimmer. I mean, come on. Like, I don't know.
Alex Walsh is an absolute freak.
The sad thing for Alex is that Kate is just slightly better at pretty much everything. And it just must suck. Like
you are trying to cause trouble in that team. Look at
that. I find them swimmers the most fascinating. Like Kaylee's another one. I mean, these girls, Kate, Alex, Kaylee, they can literally you would bet on them in any event. Like I'm sure they could put together a 400 freestyle or a 50 breaststroke. Or like it's just ridiculous. Like I mean, Kate's versatility is just mind blowing. I mean, even in meters, like she's unbelievable. And
this is why they broke like all the American relay records this weekend. Yeah. It's because they have 3 of the best ever. So
did you? Yeah. It's just wow.
So I guess nobody's beaten them at NCAAs again. They going for a 3-peat. Look at that shirt. They going for a 3-peat.
Yeah.
Unbeatable.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get beat. No.
Yeah, unbeatable. 3-peat.
Yeah. You really you need the studs, right? That can win 20 points, 20 points, 20 points. You get 3 girls that are winning, scoring 45 to 60 points each. You're just already way ahead. And then you put them on all the relays. They win all the relays. Now they're getting 40 points, 40 points, 40 points, 40 points, and you're already halfway there.
Yeah. It can't be beat. It can't be beat. Are we going to do this? We're going to do a special podcast where we go through every NCAA event and try and predict who wins.
If you want to.
Yeah,
I guess.
You can try to make it like rapid fire.
We'll have to do some research, guys.
Yeah. Well, we got another week of. We got to wait for the conferences and then, get the NCAA cuts
Let's make it fun for us, and whoever picks a winner gets something, right?
Yeah.
What are we giving out?
Yeah, what are we giving out?
I don't know.
Swimsuit guy
Let's
t-shirt.
have a think. Let's have a think. If you pick winners, though, like, has to be something, right? Has to be worth something.
Maybe a little money on the table here.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, why not?
It'd be
Another
fun.
question here. Will Flo Manadoo ever get back to 21 low? Yes, he will. That's what he's training to do. So why wouldn't he? He's done it
In front of
before.
the home crowd. He's going one more.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Home crowd. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Done
looks
it before.
motivated too. He looks like
Yeah.
he's really enjoying swimming. I think is really important. Like, if you're enjoying it outside the pool, you're going to swim good inside the pool. So,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he wants to finish his career, hometown, you know.
Yeah.
I think he looks good. I'm going to say, yeah, he's going to get back there.
It's got to be
Come on,
interesting.
Flo. Let's go, Flo.
It's gotta be
Yeah, we
interesting
like Flo.
his wife is retired now. And they used to
Yeah.
be able to go to workout together.
Well, they're not officially married yet, are they?
Oh yeah, maybe they're not. Engaged, whatever you want to say.
Engaged, yeah.
Fiancé. It's that French
She's
word.
just
You
like
know?
on the couch watching TV, eating whatever she wants. He's got to go to workout.
Does it look like she's eating whatever she wants? Have you seen
No.
her, man? She's
No.
I think
fit as
they're
an
both
ant.
She
pretty
looks
fit.
pretty fit.
Yeah,
They're
she
both
looks-
looking pretty fit.
Yeah, they're both.
They're pretty fit people for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Flo will be back. Yes, 21 low. Flo's back in the money. I'm picking it. You were shaking your head there, Sonny. What was that all about?
I feel like he's been 21 low once in his life, and that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, one
And
more time than us.
Look, I mean, I think the argument of we can't have an opinion if we've not done something is not relevant. And I don't know. I just think
I'm kidding. He's been like 21-3 multiple times, right?
again 10 years ago. I don't see another 21 low.
Oh wow.
We'll put money on that too.
We kind of have the same opinion, Brett. You know, like
Yeah, I like it.
He's getting up there in age.
So what is he training for then? Just a 21-7? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying he's training for a 21-7. I mean, I'm sure he wants to win. I'm just saying.
He's
So
betting
Nick
against him.
Santos. Nick Santos is capable of winning world titles at 43, but Flo is not capable of going fast at 30. What is he? 30 something?
There was actually there we
How
go.
old is
There's the
Flo?
question. When do athletes actually peak in 50-meter sprints? If you're Brazilian, you don't peak until you're early to mid 40s. You know that's a fact. I don't know about Frenchmen, but if you're Brazilian, you are not even coming into your prime until you're like 39.
30 something, yeah.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
Nick Santos was legit. I think when I went my 50 butterfly PB at like 21, I think I'm genuinely like 0.1 off him at 21. So I'm biding my time. I'm going to get a Brazilian passport.
Got another decade.
Wow.
Come back in 10 years.
There we go. Flo's 32. We're saying he can't go a best time at 32. It's not necessarily about his age. It's about his motivation, like Megan's saying. Like he looks motivated again. So like it really comes down to, is Flo motivated? And look, he was out in Florida with the team, small team, training, at a camp, getting some sunshine, doing that sort of thing, and putting the work in. So look, if Flo's motivated, he's capable of anything. But yeah, we haven't seen it in a long time. I can't disagree with everything that Sonny's saying, but I just can't say flat out that he'll never get back there. If that man is motivated to get back there, he will get back there. It's really up to him.
You're also like an eternal optimist anyways,
Yeah, I'm also, I like people too. I think that I back people that I like, and I think he's won the Olympics before. He's won world titles. He's finished second at 2 other Olympics. So he's got gold, silver. It's like he knows how to get it done on the day too. So
good point.
I don't know. He just, to say that he couldn't, to say he's going to break the world record. No, I don't think that's happening. Right. I'm not going to go that far, but to say that he couldn't go a 21 low again, I wouldn't put that past him. But again, it's up to Flo. It's not up to me or Sonny. It's up to him.
Does Flo pull Anthony Irvin? I just want to quickly share my screen. Look at this. Maybe Anthony Irvin's going to pull an Anthony Irvin. How can I? There we go. Look at this.
What's he doing? Is this Anthony? Oh, he's back. Who's that? Who's he with?
Ben and Anthony Irvin in a pool in Hawaii together.
Oh, hang on.
Pretty
Look at
awesome.
that.
How epic a picture is that?
Very
Look
cool.
out.
Who? Where's it? Who posted?
There's
it?
also this picture here is it's in there is Aaron Pearsall, Anthony Irvin, Ben Proud, Linear Mack. They're going for a little beach run together. It's pretty cool stuff. What a group of legends.
Yeah.
There they are. It's over in Hawaii right now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. Well, I guess we're doing an NCAA pick'em.
Megan, I think you got to go, don't you? Don't you have a practice?
Yeah, I'm gonna say get bye for a quick exit, but good chatting, guys. I like it. I'm
good to
keen
see
for
ya.
NCAA picket. I'm in.
All right,
All right,
start
well,
doing your
yeah.
research. Hit your research button. Let's get it going.
Absolutely. All
All
right,
right,
guys.
later.
Be
Bye.
good.
See ya.
Ciao.
More questions here. What else we got?
About Flo's gym PRs. I know that Flo is on doing cardio in the gym 3 times a week at the moment, and I know he's doing lifts twice a week at the moment.
More
I don't know what
cardio
his
than
PRs
lifts,
are.
eh?
Yeah, he's been doing some bikes and some rows just to supplement his swimming.
Interesting. Okay. Maybe he won't get back down to 21 low. Okay. Gotta get that.
Oh, for God's sake.
Gotta get that strength up, man. Keep the strength up. What's he doing cardio in the gym? He's doing the 50 free. Let's get some power in the gym. Maybe. I don't know. Was he too bulky? Is that what he thought?
I don't know. I've seen his weekly schedule at the moment, and I know that.
All right. Well, I'm having
All
my
right.
doubts now.
Guys, it's good to be back today.
Yeah. It is good to be back. We're all over the place, but it was all good.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
I think. Sorry, I was going back through the comments. This guy, people forget about this guy, Gui Caribe. He's like 18 Brazilian lad, and this year he's been like 21-7 and 47-8 long course.
Yeah.
Like,
is that the kid at Tennessee?
Yeah.
yeah, he's like the second guy at Tennessee that people forget about because of Jordan, but he's actually been 21 and 47 long course this year, like 2023, like at a little meet in January or December maybe. But like this guy could be the real deal, and people are just forgetting about him because he's not going 17.
Right.
He's still really good yards as well.
Where was he this weekend?
He was there. He comes
He was there, yeah.
freestyle.
Yeah.
He helped
Again,
Tennessee beat Florida in the freestyle relay.
overshadowed, yeah.
He was still like 41.5. He was 0.1 back from Josh Liendo in the 100 freestyle. 0.1 or 2. Like
I think I think his surname is also something different.
Yeah. He's got like it might be a Santos as well in there.
That's what it is. It's a Santos.
He's
Yeah,
Gwilla.
that's Brazilian.
How do you say that? Gui? Is it Gwilla Gwillarine? Come on, you know Brazil.
Yeah,
Brett,
you
come
speak
on.
Brazilian, right, Brett?
You speak Brazilian, Brett. Come on, how do you say it?
It's Portuguese, by the way. It's not Brazilian. But
Don't get technical with us.
Foreign animals. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really.
Turns
I don't know
20.
much about him myself. We might need to try and get him on the podcast. I guess his English is getting better, so we'll have to get him on.
Yeah,
It's got to be decent enough. He had to pass the TOEFL to get to America, right?
There's ways around that too.
All right, we're out of here.
Later.
See ya.